I do not accept the basic principle that Navyचो compound म्हणजे ताजे मरण कोणें वचूंकूच जायना. Army and Navy घ्यायला लागला. If it is military installation, yes, there has to be a buffer zone. But if it is a residential complex, ताकाय ते बॉम्ब मारतात एक-एकदा, which is not acceptable. So parking can take place to the compound wall where we have asked for a division of the land, demarcating the land. After that, we will acquire that and hand it over.
Very important.
Substitute झाला काय म्हणून?
Speaker sir, Mopa airport
which is being acquired.
Speaker sir, एक point फक्त सगळं जाणे
land which has been brought would have been used for CISF barrack. So barracks CISF चे आसा पळय ते barracks हे करपाक ते घेतले असले जमीन ताज्या जाग्यार ऑल्टरनेटिव्ह जमीन तांकां इनफॅक्ट द लँड विच इज एक्वायर्ड नाव कॅन बी यूज फॉर CISF barracks properly.
In place of CISF now
जागो जाय पळय
flat owners will stay.
No, there is a misunderstanding. The full component, I am not justifying or supporting anyone. The full component was called as parking lot. It was not parking lot. It was a parking lot, barracks and other activities for the expansion of airport. 56,000 दिले आम्ही. पहिले जे पळय जाय तांकां अनेक 25-30 ते आम्ही अरेंजमेंट करता.
स्पीकर सर एक लास्ट पॉइंट मोपा एअरपोर्टाक आम्ही नेवल एन्क्लेव घालपाक आम्ही तांकां थिंगाय जमीन दिता. आमचे ग्रीनफिल्ड एअरपोर्ट येता थिंगा मोपा एअरपोर्ट म्हणजे तेय स्टेट गव्हर्मेंटाचेर डिपेंड आहा. आमी आनी जमीन दिता तांकां तेंचो नेवल एन्क्लेव घालपाक. ते मिनिट्सान आहा सगळे आसा. जेन्ना ते आमचे कडेन येता आतां हे पार्किंगा तांकां दिवपा लाय सगळे सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंटाचे सोडले आनी ते एग्री जायना मुडपा जायना आमच्या हातीन आसा. नेवल एन्क्लेव येता मोपा एअरपोर्टार. सो यू नेगोशिएट दॅट टाइम एंड गेट इट डन फ्रॉम naval enclave. Part of land is being given for a naval enclave. It is minuted also. Yes, at Mopa they have asked for it.
I am not giving anything to Navy.
It is being given.
I am telling you, I am not giving.
So you are categorical that no land at Mopa will be given to Navy?
Given, it will be commercial term. It is not for Navy. Because आमची Navy and Air Force and Army कशी आहे ना तू? It is easier for Army to vacate Lahore. But they will not vacate a square centimeter in Panji.
Okay. कब्जा पर.
That is what. त्यांना त्यांच्याकडे negotiate करपाक जाय. तुम्ही हिंगा सोडा आम्ही हिंगा दिता म्हणाले एक इंच लँड दिनाका.
तांकां दिल्ली दुसरी जागो तोय घेतला आणि थंयच बसल्यात.
तेच प्रत्येक कडेन तेच करता.
Very patriotic and I will support Army Navy, but this attitude of them to act in a possessive way sometimes probably has to be corrected. Therefore, there will be no naval enclave at Mopa.
Yeah, you see, no, entire Murmugaon सगळे तेणीच घेतला. लोकांनी कितें करपाचें?
Yes, next, Shri Vishwajit Rane.
Because I would like to ask the Honorable Chief Minister, based on this question 5A.
Question विचारलो न्ही.
5A.
Reply is as per question.
Because I just want to know, because I've been basically specific to Mopa, when we are acquiring so much of land, whether there was any advice from any consultant or any other specific expert on the area that is required to be acquired for this Mopa airport at Mopa. The figure mentioned here is total land to be acquired is around 2,037 acres. But whether government has done it on its own or whether we have taken some expert advice to acquire this, taking into consideration all the international standards of the airport and all the facilities required.
This is based on initial assessment. In fact, the initial assessment, if I remember correctly, in 2002 was for about 1 crore and 6 lakhs land. Then it has been brought down to 81, around 2,037 hectares. This includes acres. It includes provision for cargo hub. It includes provision for airlines hub. So Mopa cannot function financially if we keep W on only on passenger traffic. In fact, aircraft, the biggest problem for W is cargo. They don't have space. They can't arrange for that. You require cold chain. Goa is situated in such a place, it's actually best place to be, because you take compass and draw 150 kilometers arc around Goa. around Mopa or Daboli, whichever way you want. You will go through the areas which are highly producers of exotic and good quality agriculture products, right from Hubli to Kolhapur, Satara, all these areas. They don't have proper airport to export their agricultural produce. They don't get good price because of that. Bombay airport is too heavily booked. So all this agriculture produce in about something like 60,000 to 1 lakh square kilometer of area, Mopa will be only commercial viable airport, and therefore its financial strength actually lies on cargo.
Because I agree with the Honorable Chief Minister that unless we have this particular services hub, I've been reading in the newspapers about the main vision what is there is to have a cargo hub, have a services hub. But I just want to draw the reason I asked this question. I think by mistake, Mr. Moin Gudino's answer also has got clubbed into my question, which I had not asked anything related to Dabolim. But since Dabolim is going to remain, my only suggestion and request to the Honorable Chief Minister is if you look at the Bangalore airport, and I think we are looking at something like the Bangalore airport for Goa, if you look at it, and if you look at the way the access and all the facilities that are coming up at a specific level, these 2037 acres is not going to suffice. Reason why I am making a mention to Honorable Chief Minister is that I just day before yesterday I was talking to certain consultants who have been associated with GMR and other people. If you want to come up with a very state of art and have additional facilities and have services, I think it is necessary for government with immediate effect is to have a vision for the future, like what you have said is a cargo hub and other related services hub. Having special services zones also, you can have specific zones where people can put up some facilities and perhaps Goan people also can get benefit out of these zones. But my only request is if the land around Mopa, which is a must to be frozen now till you visualize and your consultant gives you a report from the future point of view, because perhaps everybody, because Mopa is coming, will want to go close to Mopa, but it is necessary for you to take this, because you're going to plan it in such a way which is going to take care of the future generations to come, and also it will benefit the state economically viable if you have to make it.
Your question, please.
No, my question is to the Honorable Chief Minister, will the Chief Minister consider my suggestion of freezing certain lands around Mopa till you come with your advice from the consultant and then take a decision, Baba, this is what I require and this is what I don't require?
He is absolute. No, what he says has a absolute meaning. I don't deny that. I will freeze.
No,
so for
not
that
only for freezing. I'm just talking what you require more than that.
Who has purchased lands around?
Only around
some land. This is only for airport and terminals. We have not said that there are no other activities. There will be land acquired for other activities, but which may not form part of acquisition airport tendering. We are not making the full package as one. What package is being put up for tendering is for that this is the land required. There are some other projects which will be properly planned, but excessive taking over land,
I agree with
the
you.
concept of opportunity loss comes into play. I will have to pay a lot of money at 400 rupees per square meter. Even if I take average rate of 300, now they are being paid 40 rupees. The rate which they have to be paid is between 200 to 400. So if you take 300 as a approximately average rate, it is almost 250 crores. Mind you. So it's not a small amount. That's why we are, but I will consider freezing certain lands.
No, I'm not, Speaker, I think... No, I'm not, Speaker, sir.
I'm only those which are required will be considered.
The only reason why I mentioned...
We are not going for some huge. What he is suggesting, if it is done in a controlled manner, it is correct.
Speaker, sir, what I agree with the suggestion made by Honorable Chief Minister. What I'm only saying is, since these facilities need to come, if specific planning could be done, and with a vision from the futuristic point of view. My suggestion is not to freeze anything particular. I'm saying with the consultant, whatever has been appointed,
because
you can take a call on
that. Problem even dropping of land at airport in Daboli took place because government was paying this owner at 800 rupees. Whereas I don't agree with the earlier government's cabinet decision of dropping the land. I don't agree with that. It is not only, it is actually moving towards manipulation. Still, the amount of money which was being given to that Costa was criminally low, 800 rupees, when the market price there is around 7,000 to 8,000. So what I am trying to say, that once the land policy comes into picture, wherever we want to, whether we want to freeze or not, will not make any difference, because the person whose land is to be acquired at least should get a real market price and not so-called market price fixed by land acquisition officer. 40 रुपये acquire करा, मापसा 5 रुपयान जमीन घेतली. It is criminal. I can't justify it. So what I am trying to point out, let me finalize the land acquisition policy properly.
Fine.
And award, proper award. So people should themselves come forward. आमची जमीन घेताले घे, कारण the land acquisition policy will protect all those issues, including payment to them for next 30 years. Not only one time here. There are issues. I am not revealing everything. I wanted to do it by this session, but I am sorry, I could not complete the paperwork because it's a very important policy. So we are coming with that policy where a land loser will be taken care for next 30 years.
Yes. It's because the reason why I mentioned is when you look at Bangalore, the Bangalore airport, I suppose this is a similar model which you want to do, having all the things at the site. Only in view of that, my suggestion was...
One shot I will say, Bangalore has a lot of land which was follow. In Goa, land is a very costly and precious this government does not want to take away land from common people. So we will study, the point is there, we will study and take appropriate decision.
प्रश्नकाल सोंपलो.